Hey, what's up, you guys? Can y'all turn it down? Turn it down. Okay. How you doing? How you doing? It's another fabulous show, another great day. This is your girl, Sunshine Barbie. I'm still looking for that name, so if you guys have any comments or suggestions on a name for the show, please feel free to drop that down in the comment box, and I will definitely consider you for the part. Okay. Um, Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for this video so that I can bring you more delicious news on what's going on in the world today. Um, this is your girl, Sunshine Barbie, also known as Golly Girl Entertainment, also known as Love That Body. And I just want to say, as little disclaimer, our show does not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of all the people that we um, talk about, the topics that we talk about. So we have our own opinions and we have our own views about things. So I just wanted to say that. And I'm sorry that if my views or opinions don't always make people happy, but we all feel the way we feel and we are all entitled to feel the way we feel. We're all entitled to our own opinions. Um, whose opinions are correct is another matter. Um, Today's topic is about Dwayne Wade, Mike Tyson, and Lil Boosie. Now, Dwayne Wade just recently was making some comments to the effect of, he appreciates Mike Tyson for, standing up and speaking on the behalf of his son, Zion. And so, the thing is this about that. When we put our children in adult positions, then we have to expect backlash. We have to expect that there are going to be comments, that there are going to be opinions, there are going to be people that are going to speak out. Because now you've put your child not in a child's place, but in an adult's place. And so when you put your child on up front on the cameras and for all the world to see and visualize, and you put in your child in that position. And so that's why you see a lot of parents don't put in their child in the spotlight. They don't put them in the forefront. Especially in the industry, you see a lot of parents hiding their children and hiding their families and hiding their wives because, I just stick to children because that's not, they don't want to subject them to the ridicule and the picking apart that the industry can have on that child, on that person, on that relationship, on that family. And so now you have taken the protection away. You have removed the veil from over this child, and you have pretty much put the child out here for the world. And so you have to expect that things are going to come and people are going to say things and people are going to feel things and people are going to address you and the child, because that's the position that you as the parent have allowed them to be put in. So if you don't want people saying things to your kid or saying things about your kid or having an opinion at all on your child, then hey, don't give them that leverage. Don't give them that. Keep your kid out of the spotlight. put that wall of protection around your child so that that cannot happen because it's your choice as a parent. Now, as far as this particular interview that Dwayne Wade is speaking on, where Mike Tyson apparently, obviously, has some checking for Little Boosie. Um, this interview was a real trip, people. Uh, I believe that. Let me check. Let me check and just to make sure. But I believe that this interview, um, people are just starting to speak on this. Maybe about a day ago. I know this happened a while back. About 4 weeks ago is when that was posted. So, apparently, everybody's still on the situation. Um, but it's been some time that this particular interview has passed. But uh, Mike Tyson really was coming for your boy Lil Boosie, and it's like from the moment he told him to sit down, Mike told Boosie to sit down. From the moment he told him to sit down, it was like he was under the light. You know what I mean? Like he was under interrogation. And I thought it was just me. I thought I was tripping, but I was like, this is maybe I'm tripping. And so he's asking him, hey, who are you? What happened to you when you were younger that make you act the way you do? And Boosie just kept saying, hey, I'm getting money. I think of getting money. That's what I do. That's my mind frame. He wasn't leaving outside his hookup. And Mike kept trying to get him outside this hookup, and then he tells him a story about the hat that his mama bought him when he was little. Somebody punched him in the face, take the hat from him, and it turned him into a nasty person. And basically throwing that back at Boosie, saying like, why are you messed up? Why you hostile? Why you loud talking? And why are you behaving this way? Why are you aggressive towards people? And what happened to you in your past that make you so aggressive? So, Boosie is staying aloof from the question pretty much, and he's sticking to his his, his position. And so then they get to the point where, uh, Mike asks him, hey, you talk about homosexuals. And let me just say also, again, as I go back to the beginning of the show, uh, quick disclaimer, uh, that this show is not about gay or should be gay or should not be gay. That is not what this discussion is about. That is not, my concern. My concern on this topic here was it was like a complete intimidation there that is just like that blows my mind. And so this has nothing to do with gay. This has something to do with us being able to speak out as people freely. Okay. And so And so, and so Mike says, you're talking about gay people and you talking about this and that, and he says, what's up with that? And then Boosie says, hey, I really sometimes need to learn. Uh, uh, it says, a lot of times I need to shut the f up. I had to write it down. A lot of times, that's what Boosie says. A lot of times I need to learn to shut the f up. Okay. And this gets me so much that Mike sits back like the Godfather and he inhales he inhales the smoke from the end of his blunt that he's smoking, big old fat blunt, and he's like, and then he just breaks and says, "Why don't you?" Right. And I like it was like out of the Godfather movie or something. And it's like, and he was like completely serious, right? But then he goes on to completely disrespect this man. Mike is disrespecting Boosie in such a terrible way when he's saying to him, you must be afraid of, you think you gay, or you think you might be gay, or this or that, and I don't think that it was necessarily about gay. When Boosie made the comments that he made about Dwayne Wade's son, it was not necessarily about somebody being gay. It was about the fact that this is a child and he has no clue of what he really wants. And so making lifelong decisions that are going to affect him for the rest of his life, he was just expressing a disagreement to that. And so it was not about. I think it's a tiny thing. I think it takes a petty person to try to say that this is about gay, or that the comments that he made was about gay, because it wasn't. This man has been around long enough to know the do's and the don'ts of the industry. He's been around. He's not going to just jump up and start talking about gay when he knows what the consequences of that is. And so it wasn't about somebody being gay. It was about the fact that this is a 12-year-old child. And there's some things that we just don't do. Period. And so so Mike Tyson gets completely disrespectful by bringing that to this man and saying those things to him. And Boosie, that was some serious intimidation. He had the Godfather voice on, and they like, he's talking real low. You know how Mike Tyson got that Godfather voice, and he's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And but he's being so disrespectful. And Boosie is like, he totally keeps calm. He totally keeps cool, and he totally keeps answering the questions until he gets to the point where he's like, I feel what you're saying. My mom says I need to learn how to be quiet and stay out of people's business, and this, that, and the third. And he's agreeing with a lot of things that Mike is saying. He's not taking anything away from the fact that, yeah, he might run his mouth sometime, but this is a free country. Why is it okay to talk about this, but it's not okay to talk about that? Why you can say something about this, but you can't say nothing about that? And again, he stated the fact that it wasn't about gay. That's not what he was speaking of. He was speaking of the fact that this is a child. This is a child. So it's okay for somebody to see somebody else whoop their kid ass from down the street, and then they call DFACS, and then you say, hey, I want to report child abuse. But then you see something like this, whereas why isn't this considered child abuse? You know why? It's Hey, listen, this child doesn't know what he wants. This child is not at the age where he can make this. Everybody knows, anybody that's got a brain knows that you spend half your life making mistakes and the other half fixing those mistakes. Because why? Because you're young and you're dumb. Okay. And so you're going to make way more mistakes when you're young and you're dumb. Okay, versus when you grow up and you've experienced some things and you've lived some things, and now you know how to make proper decisions because you're not young and dumb anymore. Sometimes you just have to stick to the basics and not be twisting and turning everything, when people are making a point. And so, and just look at, just look at the point. But, this is this man's son, you know, like Dwayne Wade said, if you can't get through to people, then or people don't understand or don't get it, you know, you have to let them do them. You have to let them do them and figure it out and keep them folks in your prayers. Because you can take grown people to the water, but you can't make them drink. You could take a child to the water, but you can't make them drink. And so, I'm just trying to make sure it's nothing else. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This interview was a real intimidation for this man, Boosie, to go back on his remarks and to back down and to not feel the way he feel and to intimidate anybody else to think that they want to speak up on something that's righteous and positive. And okay, so the thing is, Boosie winds up saying, "Hey, uh, I can't back down from my views, my standpoint, um, what I know to be right, what I know to be correct. I'm not stepping down from that. Regardless of you sit here try to intimidate me and tell me, who the F am I to feel this way? Who the F are you to feel like you feel? Okay, well, that's how you think about yourself and that's how you think about yourself. But real leaders know that it take a voice. You don't get all these changes made in the world by people just sitting and being quiet when they saw something that was wrong. So, yeah, that puts that child in the forefront. First of all, as the parent has put that child out there like that. That's not Boosie's fault that the parent put the child out there like that. So, and then second, when it comes to a child, yeah, that's a child. He does not know what he wants. So, and there's no way, shape, or form that nobody can sit here and honestly say that that child know what's best for them at that age. That's a lie. So, I think that people should not back down and they should not be intimidated when they want to speak boldly about something that is righteous and true, and they are living a life where they are setting an example in that way. Um, I think that yeah, we have to have a voice. We have to have a voice, and we cannot be afraid to use it when in the face of adversity. Okay, so he have his way of thinking, you have your way of thinking, and so hey, everybody's entitled to their way of thinking, and everybody's entitled to speak up against unrighteousness. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, this is your girl, Sunshine Barbie. Until next time, peace.